Hello, and welcome. This is Kingsley, and please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already done so, so we can keep on bringing you good stuff, hopefully stuff that you like. Now, yes, the NBA final is up on us, and Indiana Pacers and Oklahoma City Thunder are going for it again. This is game five of the NBA Finals, and it's going down tonight. Now, are you ready for game five? That's the question everybody should be asking themselves because this time around, there is plenty of stuff going on. SGA has been unbelievable. And we're talking stats like you've never seen before. Super MVP performance by the MVP. Now, how did we get here to this pivotal game five of the 2025 NBA Finals? Well, SGA and Halliburton have made their mark. And when I say they have made their mark, they have made their mark. But the supporting stars, the depth of both teams has been critical throughout the finals. Game four frames, right? Eight of our favorite snapshots of the Thunder's win. I will show you this. Eight of our favorite snapshots. What's unforgettable? How a gut-wrenching loss in 2013 fueled, let's just say losing, in the past motivates, players, organizations, and teams. And I know this because when you lose, that pain that you have in your stomach, it's not something that's going away today, tomorrow. It's something that obviously that you want to make sure that you never experience again. Now, Gilgis Alexander, remember he was a Clipper. This man was a Clipper, and Halliburton was a Sacramento Kings. How did they end up on Oklahoma City and Indiana? Well, let's go back to the Paul George trade. Paul George wanted to go to the Clippers, or Kawhi Leonard wanted Paul George to come to the Clippers. He said the only way that he's going to sign is if they brought him Paul George. Where, Lord behold, OKC was ready to give him up. The Clippers gave them a bunch of draft picks. Literally, the draft pick that got Jalen Williams and all of those guys, right? Gave him a bunch of draft picks for SGA to go to Oklahoma City Thunder because they wanted Paul George. Now, the Sacramento Kings, on the other hand, they had a budding star. They had Tyrese Halliburton, who was balling. Not only was he balling, this man wanted to stay in Sacramento. Yeah, he wanted to stay in Sacramento. But Sacramento didn't have the wisdom, the brain power to keep this man there. Instead, what do? They ship him off to Indiana. Yes, they for De'Aaron Fox, and they had Sabonis, but since that time, the Sacramento Kings have won like 20 playoff games. Since that time, since trading Halliburton, Halliburton himself in Indiana have won like 28 in those last few years. Now, that tells you wonders. The Sacramento Kings had them a hell of a ball player. They got rid of him. Los Angeles Clippers had a hell of a ball player, MVP ball player, and they got rid of them. Now, both those guys are in the finals, performing. So, as we look ahead at tonight's Monday's game 5, both teams will hit the practice court and meet the media. Little small talk to prep us for what we're about to see, because we know whoever wins game 5 has a good chance of winning the title. And it doesn't hurt that it was just Father's Day, y'all. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. If you're a daddy, or if you're a baby daddy, or if you're a stepdaddy, or if you're just a coach, or if you're an influencer that's helping, if you are helping raise a child, props to you. Peace out. That's all dads get. You know, we don't get more than that. Mamas get flowers, money, all kind of stuff. Dad just get peace out. You know, but good jobs, Dad. I mean, you know, your influence and the things that you do can never be underestimated. So thank you for all you do, Pops. Now back to the game. We have a back and forth series. These finals is headed to a pivotal game 5. The Thunder and the Pacers entered the 2025 NBA Finals as the league's top 2 teams since January 1st. OKC at 53-13, and Indiana at 46-18, including their regular season and playoffs. That's impressive. Throughout 4 games, they've shown us why. Evenly matched. Evenly matched. Even though some people, yes, even though some people thought that this was going to be an OKC walkthrough of Indiana, I try to tell them, I said, hey, Indiana is more than just one good player or 2 good players. This is 10 deep. When you're going up against a team that is 10 deep, you gotta match up. You gotta play careful, because one little injury, one little foul, or you are thrown out of, man. Well, all the experts, the series is tied 2-2. And to be honest with you, Indiana should be up 3-1. 3-1. Indiana should be up 3-1 right now. Neither team has been able to put together back-to-back wins. Indiana stole game 1 in the last second. OKC rolled in game 2. Indiana rallied back again in game 3. And SGA took over in game 4. Now, these breakdowns, some people believe that officiating has something to do with the last few minutes of the game, especially game 3, where it seemed like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander only shot like 2 free throws the first 34 minutes. And the last few minutes, he shot like 10 of them. Come on, y'all. I'm not player hating. I like OKC. I like Indiana. I just want to see a fair game. But the Stars are leading the way. Tyrese Halliburton now has 4 game-winning games and game-tying shots in the last final 5 seconds this postseason alone. 4 of them. He has 4. Either game-winning or game-tying in the postseason. That's somebody that is hot and on fire. In the meanwhile, SGA, S-Jizzle, S-Jigga-Jigga-Jigga-Jigga-Jizzle, SGA is averaging 32.8 points. Leads all final scorers with over 10 points per game. By over 10 points a game. So that means this man is at 32.8. The next closest is probably at 22. There's serious depth in the finals in this year's finals. My goodness. No fewer than three players have 20 points per game scores on their first in their first 12 years. At least 17 players averaging 12 minutes per game. At least 17 players averaging 12 minutes per game. It's high energy. Excuse me, y'all. It's high energy, y'all. This is the first finals in 11 years with fewer than 20 points per game scorers. In the first 12 years, at least 17 players averaging 12 minutes per game. 12. That's a lot of minutes. This is the second youngest finals in 70 years. And the young ladies are moving quickly, posting the second fastest pace in this series since 1997. 1997. That would go back to the Michael Jordan age. Michael Jordan won in 93, 4. No, he won in 91, 92, 93. Houston won 94, 95. Then Chicago won 96, 97, 98. Yeah. So this goes back to this, 1997 when Jordan was still around. This is strength versus strength. Now, both teams boast high scoring offenses. OKC 116.2 per game, which edges out Indiana by 0.4 because Indy is at 115.8 over 20 games in the postseason. And on top of this, we counter with swarming defense. Swarming defense, y'all. No doubt, these people have proud fan bases. Inside OKC's Paycom Center and Indiana's Gamebridge Fieldhouse have been the loudest and electric arenas in the NBA. Indiana is seeking their first title ever, and Oklahoma City is going for their first in Oklahoma City. This is surely going to be spectacular, y'all. There's a lot I want to get to, but this finals game, I think we pretty much know what's going to happen. Both teams are going to come out, they're going to ball out. Hopefully we see a good game. Now, there's a story that I want to talk about. Allen Iverson is one of my favorite peoples. Not because I'm just a point guard myself, but because I'm also 6 foot tall. And I like to think I got a crossover like Allen, even though mine's more like Tim Hardaway's crossover. I give you the two hand. Wop, wop. But Allen Iverson is one of those great individuals. You got to respect Allen Iverson. You got to. But more importantly, what I want to talk about is Allen Iverson's contract with Reebok. Allen Iverson made a deal back in the day where Reebok gave him a certain amount of money up front, right? And then they put some money in the books for the brother. One of them he collected when he was 25. Another one he's going to collect on his 55th birthday. Oh, in the meanwhile, he still gets $800,000 per year from his contract because he signed a lifetime contract. That's what you do. When you find a collaboration that works for you, man, sign it, lifetime, get that money. But imagine Allen Iverson made a lot of bad choices back in the day. Divorce, this, that. I even know personal stories about him and his homeboys leaving cars at the airport. Couldn't find it. Went and bought a new one. Ah, hell with that car. A week later, 2 weeks later, they found a car. That's when you got a lot of money to blow, man. Yes, sir. That's when you got a lot of money to blow. I tell you. But this brother, with his crossover, his cornrows, everything, Allen Iverson was the man. And I love everything he stood for. AI. Bubba Chuck, for those that know him well, I even had the pleasure of traveling to Virginia with one of my college teammates so I can, meet up with Allen Iverson. All-Star game in Las Vegas, parlaying over there with them. Man, what a great person. So shout out to my dog, Allen Iverson. You know, we're not really close, but if you know my peoples, I know you. But shouts out to Allen Iverson, man. Hey, you're a true warrior. You made every guard, every person that was 6 foot and under, just tell those big people, get out my way. I'm finna bang on you, dunk on you. I'm finna do my thizzle because you know we can do it. So much love, much love, much love all the way around. But I am so ecstatic about this. There's a lot of things I want to touch on. I want to touch on the Kevin Durant, but I'm gonna save that for tomorrow. Tune in because every day we're gonna bring you guys an update. We're just gonna do this every day, regardless. We're gonna give you what you need. But it's the finals, and we got a lot of action coming. We got SGA coming. We got Halliburton coming. But it is the finals. We're gonna keep bringing it to you. And man, I want y'all to hit that like button, subscribe, because your boy is going to be bringing you all kind of stuff. You never know what you're going to see here, because I'm just going to throw stuff at you. Please hit that like button, subscribe, so we can keep on bringing you good stuff. Until next time, this is the real deal. This is the one and only. This is your boy with the most, who's trying to make it happen. And like I said, hit that like button, subscribe. We'll catch up with you on the other side. Peace out. All love.